Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I had a quick request to do a comparison between my Plume bag and my Victoria bag. So I'm very happy to share that with you guys because I do love my Hermes bags. I know that the most iconic Hermes bag is probably the Birkin. However, I really love going for those little styles that perhaps if you wear it on the street, no one would turn their heads or even think it's an Hermes bag. I love bags that fly under the radar, that I can wear, that are amazing quality, and that I can of course decorate with bag charms as well. And I know a lot of you kind of get annoyed when I use my microphone, but I think if I'm in like an open space like this, it might be better for the audio. I'm trying to when I'm in my bag room, it's a bit like a smaller room. I think the audio is okay without microphone because I don't want to seem inauthentic in my videos, but I do want you guys to hear me okay. So I'm gonna wear my microphone, but I just wanted to show you guys I guess a mod shot, kind of to understand the proportions of the bags if you're tossing up between them, because I do kind of feel like these silhouettes are trendy again. Not that I'm telling you guys to follow trends, but they are also very classic styles that have been around for a while. And I think playing into this trend, you can't really go wrong, because even if they become not trendy anymore, they're kind of, I think these shapes are simple enough that they'll stick around for a while. So the Plume, you can see, looks like this, and then this is the Victoria bag. Also guys, I had to take down my Christmas tree. So as a crook of the arm, it looks like this. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just wearing a old American Apparel t-shirt when that existed. My skirt is from Uniqlo. It's a little bit trendy, my skirt. Hair thingy is from Louis Vuitton. It's from the Game On collection from a few years ago. You can just wear it like this. Obviously, I sometimes wear it like this too, but it's just a very low-key style. Yeah, a Togo leather, very durable, very fuss-free. Yeah, very cool, casual. But if you're just going to a cafe or something, maybe it's a bit big. Maybe you prefer the smaller Plume 20 that's gonna come out soon. Or perhaps the mini Plume would be better for you as well. Head to the Victoria bag. You can see the difference. This one is more, I would say it kind of squishes in more as a shoulder bag. Whereas this one, yeah, it just kind of, this one sits a little bit higher than this one. So yeah, you can kind of see that. This one has more of a sporty look, so it looks more like a duffel bag. And I would say it has more of a casual, cool look to it as well. Now, similarly, you can get a mini Victoria bag too. It's currently on the website, and it has a crossbody strap. So if you like that rectangle look, you could opt for the new Victoria crossbody kind of style. However, I would say on the pre-love market, this one in particular in the 35 size tends to be more common. And yes, this is what it looks like. It's very slouchy. This is really a nice color for summer as well, but you know, I've seen the Victoria bag come in a different array of colors. I've even seen at the Persa Fair, they have a different tone of peach, and they had a red one as well, but you can get neutral colors, gold. You can buy it, I've seen you can buy this from the store as well if you want to buy it new. But pre-loved, you will save quite a bit of money. So there's that as well. The Victoria bag, close up here. Have a look. And then the Plume. You can see the difference. And both of mine have palladium hardware. To be honest, now thinking about it, they don't tend to come in gold hardware, I don't think. Yeah, they don't really come in gold hardware, do they? I don't know, but I have seen that the Plume bag, they do a little limited edition versions of it as well, so perhaps in that case you can. And I have seen the Plume bag as well in exotics, and yeah, they tend to go a little bit more crazy with the Plume, whereas Victoria, it's a very, very casual, bag. So yeah, they're just different kind of vibes as well. I feel like the Plume in particular is actually one of those bags that really looks great with bag charms. I noticed on the Hermes website, they're starting to showcase the rodeo and the Pegasus on the Plume bag, which I think is so cool. They also started styling it on a vintage Kelly and stuff as well, which I think is so awesome. So definitely, if you have vintage Hermes pieces, if you love finding a good deal on the pre-love market, the Plume is one of those bags that, yeah, you can definitely find for a great deal as well. And it's actually quite relevant now as well, because I did notice the last few Hermes fashion shows, they actually featured the Plume bag, and it's actually a style that came out or was invented in the 1960s. This one I have here is from the year 2000. It's turning 25 this year. Mine is in the color blue jean, and initially the Plume bag was designed as a travel bag, and Plume, I believe, translates to feather. It's light as a feather. It kind of looks like a briefcase kind of shape, and I've decorated mine with a Ruru bag charm. This is the size 32. However, the Plume comes in many different sizes. I also have a mini one in chev leather, and there is also a new version which I've noticed on the Hermes website in a size 20 with more elongated handles as well, which is one of my favorite proportions. I think that one is adorable. However, if you're searching pre-loved, you can find quite a number of Plume 28 and 32 on the pre-loved market. So you can get one that's slightly smaller than this as well. Mine is the 32, which I find is a great everyday size. Now, in terms of wearing it on your shoulder, I find that this for me works sometimes if I'm wearing just a t-shirt. If you're looking for a shoulder bag, I'm not necessarily thinking that the Plume is the one to go with. I think Plume, it's definitely more of a top handle bag or a crook of the arm style. In particular is in Togo leather and features the white contrasting stitch. Mine, because it's from the year 2000, it is quite, like, I found the leather is quite dry, so I used leather conditioner on it. I know I could have taken it to Hermes Bag Spa, but I have bag sparred one of my vintage bags before, and previously to taking it to the bag spa, I actually conditioned the leather and they still accepted it. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably hesitant to use leather conditioner on your Hermes bags, because I've heard that if you, like, you know, tamper with the bag, they won't accept it at the bag spa and all that. But leather conditioner is, I don't think, going to do much to the bag. It just nourishes the leather. So I found that the handles here were getting quite dry. And to help that, I used a bit of this Colonial leather lotion with aloe vera, and I found that this it's always been quite good on most of my bags. It also works really well on Chanel bags. However, in the past I've also used Love in My Bags leather lotion, and I find that that's really good on Hermes bags as well. Of course, it depends on the leather, it depends on everything, so always use them with caution. But if you are searching pre-loved for a Plume bag, one that's like over 20 years old, you might want to zhuzh it up a bit, and sometimes you have to buy like leather care products to kind of restore it a little bit as well. So let me know, guys, if you're a long time like Hermes collector, or if you know you've had good experience with certain leather lotions. Let me know what you would recommend as well, because I think that Hermes themselves use a lot of sapphire products, so that's something that I'm kind of looking into as well. But I mean, people always ask me, like, how do I look after my bags, like when should I leather condition it and stuff like that. If you have a new bag, I don't think you need to leather condition it for quite some time. It's just that some of my bags are like over 15 years old, and I find that the leather starts to dry out after a number of years. Just like as skin ages, you need to kind of moisturize it. So I found that a gentle leather lotion, like with aloe vera or something, tends to be quite good. But anyways, I think that this bag has aged really well nonetheless, and I use it quite a lot. I do sometimes put my pop marks on here as well. And yeah, I love the minimalist kind of chic design. This silhouette you can see in a lot of other brands as well, of course, like Miu Miu, perhaps Louis Vuitton and that sort of thing as well. But for me, the Plume, I find the quality is amazing. These rolled handles are really well made. The structure of the bag is really kept intact over all these years, and it just looks amazing. It also has these little feet on the bottom, which I find are quite cute. The Plume, I think it's a great piece. It can last a long time in your wardrobe as well. Now, comparing to the Victoria bag, this I just picked up recently. As you guys know, I traded in my Louis Vuitton bags for this bag. Working at the Perse Fair is actually quite dangerous. I'm trying not to buy anything else there, guys, because it's not good for my shopping habit. So anyways, the Victoria bag, from my research, I think it came out in 1998. So it's not as old as the Plume bag. But the thing about the Victoria bag, although it's the same kind of rectangle silhouette, I would say the actual shoulder drop is a lot more comfortable. So it is still, it's not a huge shoulder drop, to be honest. It definitely depends on what you feel comfortable with. And I don't think everybody necessarily likes a shoulder bag, but I've noticed it's a bit more trendy lately, particularly with like the Miu Miu bags, and I just noticed that a lot of people are wearing more shoulder bags. So yeah, if you're looking for like an Hermes shoulder bag in this rectangle silhouette, it would be, yeah, I guess between the Plume and the Victoria. They're kind of a similar vibe. Now I'll show you it side by side. If you look at the strap lengths, this one is just, I guess, you can't really tell really, but this one is a little bit more forgiving, and this bag in itself is much more slouchy. In terms of weight, even though the Plume bag, it's full leather lined as well, so I would say it feels much more elevated than the Victoria. This one is lined in chev leather, the same as like a Birkin or a Kelly, and features some interior pockets as well. Really gorgeous detail. The Victoria bag is a little bit different. Also the Plume, it just has one zipper, so it kind of, the zipper goes just in one direction. It doesn't lock or anything, so there's no lock mechanism, which I think is interesting because a lot of bags from Hermes have like some sort of padlock or lock closure. Even the Bolide sometimes has a lock, like for example, on the side of this, you can kind of put a lock there and lock it up. Even my Polish-on bag has like a bit where you can lock. So I find it interesting that the Plume doesn't have a lock, considering it's like designed to be a travel bag. If you look at this bag down the middle, it has this like bit here where you can actually put a lock. So you can actually lock it up like this for security. You flick this bit up, and then there's two zippers on either side where you can fling up. So it's a little bit more elaborate, I would say. And then the zippers kind of fall down like this. And the inside is fabric. So I've got a bag organizer in there, but it's a fabric interior. However, it feels a lot heavier than the Plume, which is more lightweight. So this is a more hefty bag, and I think it's due to the fact that, well, this is a size 35, whereas the Plume is a size 32, so it's a little bit more slimline. Also, the side profile, I think that this is thicker. The base is fatter. So the Victoria 35, it's a much like fatter style than the Plume is a little bit more elegant. Now, yeah, the Clemence leather tends to be much heavier as well. You can see it has this really thick grain and more of a slouch to the bag as well. It's just a bit more casual, I would say. And the strap's a little bit different as well. They don't have the same D-rings as on the Plume. See how the Plume has like little D-rings here, folds down really elegantly, whereas the Victoria, it kind of just like does this, which is fine. My Victoria is in the color Crevette, and it also features the white contrasting stitch similar to the blue jean. And this one is from 2012. So it's not as old as, it's 12 years younger than the Plume bag. I think it's a really fun summer color. I mean, it would look so cute with what I'm wearing today. Yeah, as I said, it comes with a padlock and a key. I think that the retail prices, like for example, I've seen recently on the Hermes website, they actually do sell the Victoria 35 still, and then they are going to sell the Plume bag again. So I'm going to assume the Plume bag is more expensive from the boutique than the Victoria bag. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm just guessing because it's a fabric lined bag. Whereas the Plume, it's a little bit, it looks like it's harder to make almost, like it's more structured, and it has chev lining. That being said, that the closure and the padlock and everything would add value to this bag as well. And also this is a bigger bag, so I'm not too sure. Also, if you look at the base, it has 5 feet, and it has this really interesting like stitching at the bottom too, which I think is quite like fancy. And I love that detail. It makes the bag look really expensive, because when you're walking around and you see that at the bottom, you can see it's kind of like a pretty cool bag. Like, I don't know, just stuff like details like that kind of make me look like that doesn't look like a cheap bag to me. And it's details like that I really appreciate. Also, the leather is gorgeously soft and supple, which I really like from Clemence leather as well. Togo leather tends to have more veining in it. So I don't know if you can see, but this one you can see there's more veins in the front, and perhaps you can see a little bit in the back as well. But this one, it's more mattified in a way. You find from bag to bag, from color to color, the feel and touch of the leather can really change as well. Obviously the Victoria bag will also fit a lot more, and it's a little bit more forgiving and flexible than the Plume bag. So I would say this one has like more of a cool, casual, laid back look, Whereas the Plume, it looks a little bit more like appropriate even for an office, or it looks a little bit more professional, whereas this one is a lot more casual. Anyways guys, thanks for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed the comparison. Which one would you choose? And I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Bye!